Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tim Pham. Let's get right to some breaking news. Thousands of North Idaho customers are without power this afternoon. Nearly 3,500 Northern Lights power customers are in the dark. Right now, the cause is unclear at this point. Crews are on their way and working to restore service, and the company's website says power should be back on by 6:30 this evening. We'll bring you the latest updates on the outage on KREM.com. Well, we saw a good amount of snowfall around the inland northwest. Now we're expecting temperatures to rise. Meteorologist Michelle Boss is in the Weather Center with the first look at the forecast. Michelle.
Yeah, we got reports of anywhere from 2 to as much as 5 inches of snow in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. A lot of that has turned to a very mushy slush out there as temperatures have continued to rise this afternoon. Let's take a look at some of the readings across the inland northwest. 38 degrees right now at the Spokane Airport, well above freezing in Coeur d'Alene, 35 in Deer Park, and in the upper 40s right now in Moses Lake. I think they managed to stay dry today, not see any snow. Near 60 degrees at the Tri-Cities Airport, so crazy warm temperatures there. Still seeing some cooler temperatures. Sandpoint 34 degrees, St. Mary's and Wallace just above freezing. Still seeing some lingering snow showers in the low elevations, but that will transition to rain as the next few hours progress. You can see on satellite and radar most of the precipitation across eastern Washington is in the form of rain showers with some snow in parts of the central panhandle and some of those higher elevations. Winter weather advisories are still in effect above 3,000 feet across the northern and central panhandle into northwest Montana, and that goes until tomorrow morning. The mountains could still see up to 5 to 10 inches of snow. Lookout pass anywhere from 6 to 15 inches of snow, and across the Cascade Passes, cooler air working its way in. So tomorrow we'll see rain transition back to snow, and we could see 2 to 6 inches of snow at Snoqualmie Pass. Stevens Pass could pick up 8 to 14 inches of snow. We do still have some wet weather early this evening, but we will start to dry out a little bit, so I'd prepare for a little bit of rain if you're going to be outdoors for New Year's Eve celebrations, but it shouldn't be as soggy as it has been earlier today. Temperatures will be mild, near 40 degrees as we bring in the new year. Here's a look at your 3-day forecast. 44 tomorrow and windy, chance of showers. We could see some isolated snow on Thursday, cooling down to 37 and then warming right back up on Friday. Isolated rain and snow, highs in the lower 40s.
Michelle, thank you. Now that the snow is melting, we do want to take a live look on the roads this afternoon. Brandon Jones is live in the mobile storm tracker. Brandon, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, Tim, I've been looking at these roads all day long, even just from my apartment, and I've seen tons and tons of snow plows just going up and down the roads, and I've got to commend them on their job today because they've done a great job just clearing a lot of those main roads out. The one thing I would probably just kind of be on the lookout for is when you're traveling for your New Year's plans is the neighborhoods like this one. So you can see just how much snow is just kind of in the middle, the mix of that snow and the rain from earlier today. It just made things look a little grody out here. So you can kind of tell that there's a little bit of a potential to ice up here on the road. So when you're kind of just making your plans on how you're going to get around, be aware of that. But we're going to go ahead and check out Coeur d'Alene Drive out on I-90 for the 5 o'clock and continue to keep you updated. So back to you, Tim.
All right, kind of a slushy mess. Brandon, thank you so much. Well, new tonight at 5, we're taking a look at how the city of Spokane did with their snow response today. A little over a week ago, we saw similar snowfall here in Spokane, and some people weren't so happy with the city's response. A city spokesperson, Marlene Feist, told us that some major arterials had to close down because of the road conditions, although she says the city treated them with de-icer. It wasn't very effective because traffic didn't use those roads at the time it was applied. So now we're checking in to see if there were any problems around the inland northwest. Our Shayna Walltower went to get you answers tonight at 5. Well, new concerns about the state's snowpack today after the Capitol Press reported it's 47% of what it should be. It's the third slowest start in snow accumulation since the 1990s, and we just saw one of the driest Novembers on record. If the snowpack doesn't pick up, the 5 reservoirs that feed the Yakima Basin will not be filled up back in time for summer. The Washington State Department of Transportation has a warning for drivers tonight. Give plenty of room for those snowplows on the roads. WashDOT posted this picture on Twitter showing an 18-wheeler tailgating a tow truck plow. Plows go much slower, of course, when clearing roads at 35 miles per hour or less, even if the speed limit is 70. Well, there are quite a few changes coming up for Washington drivers this week. Today, the state will end its vehicle emissions check program after nearly 40 years. That means in the new year, emissions tests will not be required to renew vehicle registrations. The state decided to end the program because our air quality, vehicle technology, and fuel has improved significantly since it began testing cars in 1982. And starting tomorrow, drivers who overtake and pass, follow too closely, or fail to yield to pedestrians and cyclists will be fined an additional penalty. The money from fines collected will then be used to fund education for officers, prosecutors, and judges who are looking for opportunities in traffic violation enforcement. Also tomorrow, a new motorcycle law goes into effect. To get a motorcycle permit, drivers will have to pass a basic knowledge and skills test. A skills test was never needed before in the permit stage, so if you want a motorcycle license, you'll have to pass an advanced knowledge and skills test. Before this new law was passed, motorcyclists could either take an exam or complete a training program to earn their license.